All right, guys, so today we have a new signing in Green Bay. The Packers are bringing in some kicking competition for Anders Carlson, today signing Greg Joseph. The Green Bay Packers are signing my client, Greg Joseph, who kicked for the Minnesota Vikings the past 3 seasons. Holds the NFL record for game winners in a season with 5, Vikings record for longest field goal, 61 yards, and led NFL in touchback percentage in 2021. Had other interest, but liked this opportunity. It's a 1-year deal worth up to $1.295 million. So I'm sure most of us are pretty happy with this signing. Not only is Greg Joseph a seasoned kicker in the NFL, the Packers needed to bring in some competition for Anders Carlson. I mean, let's face it, it was not a good season by the rookie last year. The Packers spent a 6th-round draft selection on Carlson out of Auburn, and he struggled a lot during the season, whether it was missing extra points, which was the main concern, but also missing field goals as well. Last year, Anders Carlson had the lowest extra point percentage in the entire NFL with 87.2%, and it wasn't really even that close. The next worst was Joey Sly at 91.4%. So Anders literally was the worst kicker in terms of extra points. Now, in terms of field goals made, Anders and Greg Joseph were right around the same. Anders Carlson actually had a better field goal percentage at 81.8%, where Greg Joseph was at a 80% flat. But nonetheless, this is competition, and I think Anders Carlson needs this. I don't want the Green Bay Packers to simply move on from Carlson, just bring in someone like Greg Joseph and cut Anders Carlson. I want this to be a competition. I want this to be a battle throughout training camp, throughout preseason, and may the best kicker win. I'm really glad that the Packers are deciding to bring in some kicking competition because we definitely needed this. Not to mention, the Packers signed Jack Podlesny from Georgia earlier this offseason, so now they have 3 kickers on the roster. So it really seems like the Packers really do want this competition and want to fix these kicking issues. The Packers could also even draft a kicker in the later rounds or bring in another undrafted free agent after the draft to add even more competition, which again, I'm all for. I wanted to quickly remind you guys that I'm still giving away this signed Packers Christian Watson jersey here. Thank you to Sleeper, and it's very easy to enter. Simply go down in the description, download the Sleeper app, use code BASS at sign up, and make a first-time deposit. And on Sleeper, your first deposit will be matched up to $500. Sleeper is a super fun fantasy sports app where you can choose higher or lower on any particular stat of a player in a sports game. You can make a combination of picks up to 100xing your money. It's a super easy, quick, clean app to use and offers quick payouts. So again, definitely make sure to enter in this signed Christian Watson Packers jersey here. I'm running this through the end of March, so I'll announce the winner next Monday on April 1st. So make sure to get on this if you haven't already. Go down, download Sleeper, make a first-time deposit, get that deposit matched up to $500, and be entered in this Christian Watson signed Packers jersey. Joseph, who has kicked in the NFL since 2018, spent the last 3 seasons with the Minnesota Vikings. His career field goal percentage is 82.6. The Packers sought out veteran competition for Carlson, who went through ups and downs as a rookie kicker in Green Bay last season. Over his career, Joseph is 38 of 58 on kicks over 40 yards, or 65.5%, with 15 makes of 50 or more yards. He's also connected on only 90% of his extra points. Both Joseph and Carlson were 7 of 13 on kicks of at least 40 yards last season. Carlson also missed a kick over 40 yards in the postseason, a killer miss late in the Packers' divisional round loss versus the 49ers. So overall, this isn't some massive signing where Greg Joseph was an amazing kicker last year and we're going, okay, this guy's going to be our kicker and Anders Carlson has to win the job back. No, I think it's going to be great competition for both of these guys, and hopefully one gets back on track and one can become, a great kicker in the NFL. Competition for kicking is great. We saw it in the past with Mason Crosby when he had his lows. The Packers ended up bringing in some competition a couple off seasons, and that's when he ended up having his best seasons as a pro kicker. So we're still transitioning into this new kicker. We're with Mason Crosby for so many years. And of course, Anders coming in as a rookie. all the light's going to be on him. And any misses, I mean, people are going to be freaking out and being like, hey, we need a new kicker, which I get it, right? I 100% get it. And I'm all for this competition, especially in the offseason, to hopefully get this kicking issue fixed for 2024. So I'm very interested to see how this offseason goes in terms of kicking. I mean, training camp, usually we're looking at offense, defense, all the rookies, and we don't pay too much mind to kicking, because for the past many years, it was just Mason Crosby, and we were confident in Mason Crosby that he'd be fine during the season. But that's not the case anymore. So I'm very interested to see how this offseason goes with this whole kicking competition. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Are you a fan of this signing? Again, although Greg Joseph doesn't have the greatest resume by any means, I'm all for competition. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. But I appreciate you guys coming by. Remember to sign up for Sleeper, make a deposit, and you'll get entered in that Christian Watson signed jersey giveaway. I'm going to be doing a ton of giveaways this offseason. Thank you to Sleeper. But I appreciate you guys coming by. I'll catch you on the next one. And as always, go Pack Go.